Hey everybody, if you're watching this video, you probably noticed that The Weeknd dropped a huge video that's kind of like a trailer for the new album that's coming out, Starboy. It's got samples from a lot of the different songs and has this crazy storyline with a panther and a party and a murder and all sorts of other crazy stuff. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna explain as best I can that video for you, and it's going to be great. Also, just in case you were wondering, it has nothing to do with the Illuminati. Absolutely nothing at all. Before we get into the actual video, I just want to let you know that if you are looking for the actual music from The Weeknd's new album, I've linked down below in the description to Spotify, where you can listen to anything that he's already released for free. This video is not going to have any of the songs in it, mostly because that's illegal, but we do explain the lyrics so that when you listen to them, you can enjoy the experience more. Let me explain. Hey everybody, I'm Clifford Stummy, the Pop Song Professor. Welcome to my YouTube channel, where we're all about helping music lovers like you to understand the deeper meanings of popular songs so that you know what your artists are saying and can enjoy your music more. Today we're talking about The Weeknd's video, Mania. So there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens in this video, and I'm going to use my marker board here to explain some of it to you, because there is a storyline here put throughout the video. It tells a very creepy, very interesting story, and I think it's going to tell us a lot about what to expect in the album. So in my video, I'm going to give you a quick summary of Mania. I'm going to tell you exactly what's happening in the story as best as I can figure out. I'm going to talk about the deeper meaning of it maybe, and throughout we'll theorize what that means for the album Starboy. Also, if you want to see some of the other explanations that I've done about songs by The Weeknd, like Starboy, False Alarm, the False Alarm music video, Party Monster, I Feel It Coming, all sorts of other stuff, just click on this link right here. It'll take you to a playlist where I have all of those songs explained. Oh, and quick heads up, I'm actually a terrible artist, but I like to draw stick figures, so we'll see if it works. So there's a few things that happen in the music video. We start off at point A, and at point A we have this panther. It's the best I could do. And then to get to point C, we have to go through point B. Point B is that trip that he's taking through the mountains as he's trying to get to the club that's at point C. It's at point C that he finds this really attractive girl and he's kind of interested in her and wants to find out more. But her jealous boyfriend sees him and follows him into the bathroom and tries to kill him. From point D, they head back to point C, not before the girl kills her boyfriend when he tries to attack The Weeknd back in the bathroom. Then after that, they head back to where the panther was. So the whole thing comes full circle in these 4 different locations. But what does it mean? What is going on in this video? Well, I've got the details for you. Back in the laboratory, we have that panther, and the song that The Weeknd is singing during that portion is All I Know. And All I Know is about wanting you. So there's this object of desire, and the panther is the focal point of that. Everything else is white, the panther's black. So it's suggesting that this panther is very important. We saw the panther in the Starboy music video. It had turned from a tiny cat into a panther that was riding with The Weeknd in his car. We didn't really know what it symbolized, but we're going to find out by the end of this video. Then we move into the car where he's driving. The panther's not with him anymore, and we assume that this is right after he's left his mansion after destroying like all of his old accomplishments. So he's had this rebirth, he's become a new person. He had this panther, the panther's gone now, but he's still thinking about it because we keep seeing flashbacks to that panther. But he's singing a song called Sidewalks, which is kind of about how he became who he is, and kind of what it was like growing up for him and how nobody can claim to have made him because, well, if they made him, why don't they just replace him? But they can't. Then he ends up at the club where he walks in and he orders a drink and he sees this one woman standing in the middle of the room. And she's dancing all by herself, and she's up on the stage, and everybody's watching her. And he sings that like everybody wants her, and she could have anybody, but she has all of these secrets, and she doesn't share them. She's kind of this object of desire, and he's looking at her, and he's curious about her, but he knows that she might be too good to be true. Then everything fades out. All of the other people at the club kind of disappear into this sort of mist that just hangs around those two as they dance together. He moves up on the stage with her, he's dancing with her. The only other person we see during that time, as they're singing the song Die For You, which is about loving somebody and really wanting them. It's kind of like the moment that maybe they fall in love in the story, is her boyfriend, or some guy who looks like a pimp maybe. He's off to the side and he looks really angry. Then The Weeknd goes to the bathroom and he's like washing his hands, but then this guy, like the pimp boyfriend person, has like this knife. He flips it out and he's about to attack The Weeknd. Before The Weeknd can turn around, or right as he's turning around, we hear this tiger snarl, or this panther snarl, and the blood is splashed everywhere, all over the room, all over The Weeknd, and we pan back to see that there's this woman, the woman who was dancing is standing there. There's this wound on the guy who was going to attack The Weeknd. He's on the ground. He's obviously dead, but she has blood all over him, and it's implied that she's the one who killed him. And because of the panther snarl and just the severe amount of blood that you wouldn't have expected to come from you know, the efforts of somebody who seems to be so like non-violent or maybe non-aggressive as she may be, at least physically, we gather that she is the Panther, that the Panther is symbolic of her. Somebody who may seem innocent and just beautiful on the outside, even though she doesn't quite seem innocent, she just doesn't seem like somebody who would kill people necessarily, even though she is very mysterious looking. But the Panther is symbolic of that aggression and that power and that energy and mystery that's like underneath the surface of who this woman is. Who is this woman? Well, we don't really know yet. She may be his femme fatale, or the type of woman that he's attracted to, the Panther type. Well, during this attack, we hear the song Party Monster, which is all about The Weeknd wanting to have sex with just some random woman who he doesn't really know, who has a boyfriend but claims that she's moved on, which gives sort of an air of mystery and tension to their relationship. Because in the song, she hasn't really moved on. She's lying, and The Weeknd knows that. So even though in this video, Mania, we know that there's this relationship and it could be something, we don't know if it's actually going to work out. Well, from there, they move back into the club. They dance together some more. Things are getting, you know, a little bit hot, a little bit sexual maybe. And she never really smiles. There's always just this mystery about her and this sort of tension there. Now, in the last stage of the video, we go back to the laboratory where the Panther was. She and The Weeknd are both standing up there, and they're both dressed in black. So it's symbolic that maybe their relationship is the Panther or something like that. So maybe when the Panther snarled in the bathroom, it was their relationship coming alive. Could be that, or it could just be that she's the Panther, she's the one that he's excited about. In any case, some of the tendencies or characteristics of the Panther, that aggression, that mystery, definitely have a huge impact on the symbolism of what their relationship is. During this portion, he sings I Feel It Coming, which is about sex, or the consummation of their relationship. So I tracked it out, and the songs that he chooses, I think, actually tell a story. And they complement the story that we see in the video as well. All I Know, the first song, is about loving somebody or wanting somebody. So we have this object of desire, which leads into this journey that he talks about how he became who he was as he's driving to the club. And then we have kind of a mix of Secrets and Die For You, as she's sort of like this object of mystery up on stage, separate from him. That's Secrets. But as they get closer, she is the object of desire. Maybe he realizes that, or maybe he knew it all along. Maybe he came here to find her in the first place. So we've got All I Know, Sidewalks, Secrets, Die For You. Somebody does die, and that's when the Panther, we hear the Panther snarl in the bathroom, and the old boyfriend or the pimp or whatever gets killed. And then we have like actual, like they're in love and nothing's standing in between them. And that's Party Monster, but it's still kind of a weird love. Like it's very much just sex-based and they're still lying. So it's sort of an obsession, but it's an obsession that they know maybe can't last. And then it consummates with sex when he sings I Feel It Coming, which is about orgasm. And we see them celebrating that consummation of that sex when they're on the stage together. He's just kind of obsessed around her. He's standing beside her, and it's just very much focused on her. Speaking of which, if you want to hear the explanations for any of these songs, probably find them in the description. And that, my friends, is the Mania music video by The Weeknd. What does this lead us to believe about Starboy? Well, there's going to be a lot of it about who he is as a person, about romantic relationships, about a woman as an object of desire for him, and kind of the danger of that relationship and the trouble it can get you into. But still, like that magnetism or that draw that he has towards his particular type. One thing we know for sure as a result of this, any more music videos he puts out are going to be confusing, they're going to be interesting, they're going to be cool. And I'm going to be explaining all of them. So if you want to hear more explanations about it or to keep up with more news on The Weeknd's song meanings, don't forget to join the song meaning community by subscribing and check out some of the other videos that I have on this channel. If you don't see a video by The Weeknd right here, then check out my The Weeknd song explanation playlist that should be linked down in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. And if you have a suggestion for a song that you'd like to hear me explain, please comment it down below. I'll add it to my list and we'll see what we can do. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you later.